Now, my LinkedIn account was shut down without warning a year ago, coming up to a year ago. Actually, no, it was a year ago. It says 1 year here. So this is the last post that I put on LinkedIn, and the account has just been reinstated. So the offending post says, every month I do free bonus tarot readings for those in my membership group. If you're not already a member, to join us for the next one, go to, and then there's a link, and then there's another link, and it's got the thing saying, okay, McAfee says those links are safe. Now down here, the note from LinkedIn says only you can see this post. It has been removed because it goes against our professional community policies. I went through every single policy. I mean, like I clicked on that thing. I went through, it says be safe, be trustworthy, be professional. Okay, didn't just stop there. I then went through and looked at every single thing. So one is about abusive content. I don't really think there's anything abusive in what I've just read to you. If you beg to differ, let me know where the abuse was. I couldn't appeal because it just kept getting rejected. Be safe, so do not post harassing content. I don't believe that was harassing. I've not doxed anyone, and I will show you the links to as well. Do not threaten, incite, or promote violence. Unless the angels are going to get testy, there was no violence there. And then there's about violent and graphic content. Do not share material depicting exploitation of children. No children were harmed in the process of my post. I can confirm that. Do not promote, sell, or attempt to purchase illegal or dangerous goods or services. Now, I know back in the 1800s, tarot was one of those things that was a little bit whoa. But this one is specifically talking about dangerous goods, prostitution, escort services, fake educational or professional certifications. Well, my pictures for everyone I've trained with over the last 25 years, they're out in the public domain. Wasn't a sweepstake, and it wasn't a giveaway. It was free, but it wasn't. I mean, you have to pay to be in the membership group, but it wasn't. I wasn't like, hey, take this, here, take that. Although that said, the day my account was shut down in August 2024, somebody who is on LinkedIn and saw my post, they immediately sent me a screenshot of somebody who did a massive tarot post. I mean, it's longer than what we've already looked at here. It was like an essay, and they were selling stuff, and I was like, and so they said, Marilyn, it can't be anything to do with the tarot because I've just come across this, so it can't really be that. So we then got about illegal, inappropriate commercial activity. Do not share content promoting dangerous organisations or individuals. Well, Archangel Michael has been known to be a bit of a prankster, but again, I don't know if that's going to cut it. Be trustworthy. We require you to use your true identity on LinkedIn. Well, as you've seen from my LinkedIn page, there is a picture of me. That's my name, Marilyn Devonish. So do not share false or misleading content intended to deceive. No, I mean, I could actually, I could pretzel this one into it, because if there are people that don't believe in intuition, energy, readings, all the rest of it, we could probably maybe sort of kind of pretzel it into that. Do not create fake profile or falsify information about yourself. We've already been through that. Be professional. LinkedIn's mission is to connect the world's professionals to make them more productive and successful. Well, quite frankly, that's the reason why people love the monthly Tarot Tuesday sessions, is because it helps them in what they're doing, clears things out, gives them a fresh perspective and insight. So I'm going to say it's a no to that one as well. Do not be hateful. There was nothing hateful about the post. Do not engage in sexual innuendos or unwanted advances. There was none of that. I wasn't asking anyone for a romantic date or providing any kind of sexual commentary on the angels. Do not share harmful or shocking material. Now, one of the things I will say is that oftentimes people are shocked by the tarot readings because they're like, oh my God, I can't believe you said that, because it was so accurate. I didn't say any of that in that particular post, but I do say it in the blog that it links to, so I will show you that blog in a few moments. And then there was more about violent graphic content. There was no nudity, no adult, what's it? And do not spam members or the platform. wasn't spam, it was just simply a post. You know, looking at some of the other posts, what was that? Some of the groups I was in, there was something about me, or Greg Braden, Bruce Lipton, Anita Morjani, the doctors JJ and Devray Hertak, Michael Beckwith, Lynn McTaggart. You know, not everyone agrees with their views because they're very out there on the cutting edge of science and spirituality. But again, I don't think that's anything to be worried about. And then there were some, let's look at the images here. Are any of these angels naked? I don't think they are. Nope, I think we're good. And then what am I talking about here? The latest neurogenesis research. So I think that should be a-okay. Talking about the brain, photo reading, how to change the brain, neuroplasticity, calm anxiety. So look, if you can see anything here that makes you go, oh, Marilyn, naughty, 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 let me know. But personally, coming back to but I just thought, let me have a look and see if there's anything else that inadvertently is in there. I can't see anything. So this was the post. So the first thing, so this is where it leads, that first link. This, as I said, this post is a year old now, so it goes to an old Eventbrite page, which is no longer active. And then the other place it led to was my blog, where I was writing about people's real life experiences of doing the online tarot readings. Now, I did mention Brexit and I did mention Trump, but that was just in the context of the BBC, because the BBC was saying there's been a resurgence in tarot in the business boardroom. And a couple of the reasons they gave at that time was Brexit, because of the uncertainty of it, and because of the uncertainty of Trump. Now, this would have been, you know, first time round, because this was from a few years ago. And then I just go into the comparisons because how it works with the Tarot Tuesday is I do Facebook Live readings. They're free. I don't charge any extra. As long as people are in the group, in the Facebook group, they will just say, yes, I'd like a reading. I'll do the reading. One of the things that happens every single time is people come back and go, oh my God, Marilyn, that reading was spot on. It was amazing, mind blowing. How did you know? You're not going to believe this. So one day I sat down and I took, with people's permission, what they said about the reading and what I actually said. So I went back and I actually sat and I watched the one of the videos. They're about an hour and a half, depending on how many people I'm reading for, because I do individual readings. And I just sat and I listened to the whole thing and I did a transcript of what I said. And oftentimes I'm talking to myself because I do the Tarot Tuesday readings, first Tuesday of the month, and I just have to pick a time in my schedule. So sometimes it's early in the morning, more likely it's quite late at night after I finish everything, or it's a random time in the day where I've got a break. So I'm going to say 90% of the time I'm talking to myself. I don't know what people want the readings to be about. They just put yes, YES in the comments, and I do the reading. So this is the blog that it led to from LinkedIn. And again, I don't think there's anything inflammatory here. All of the angels are, oh dear, we've got a little bit of nudity here with the romance angels, but pretty much there's nothing too much. And then in terms of, let me just tell you what it says in case you think, well, Marilyn, what did you write? So reading one, when I did the reading, the card I pulled was good night's sleep. And I said, it's about being protected, rest, do nothing, heal and manifest, take a nap. And then I explained about my power naps in the middle of the day. And this particular client is always super busy. I don't think they're the napping type. They arrived on the call 26 minutes after I've started. And they said, I'm sorry I'm late. I just had a nap. Like, you couldn't make it up, because if you know this particular person, she's not the napping type. With someone else, I said during the reading, I feel like you're a skivvy, people's beck and call girl. This can lead to anger or falling into martyrdom. Ask people for help and assistance. And ask that they send you people who can help you lighten the load, letting people help you and being more open to receive. And I said they're often in mother mode. They came back, because they weren't there live, so they listened to the recording, and they came back and said, spot on. I just met with a new outsourcer to assist me. it's like that doing people's books because they're an accountant. They said, mothering them, I mean, you really couldn't make this up. So when I say in terms of helping people with their clarity, their productivity, it's almost like sometimes like a bit of a consultancy session as well, because if they hadn't been looking at outsourcing, they could probably hear that and go, do you know what, Marilyn, I have been overloaded, it is impacting this, that and the other, but it just so happens just the day or so before I did the reading, they'd done that anyway. With someone else, I said, sit down and keep quiet, be still, exclamation mark. It's currently like the energy of, are we nearly there yet? As much as you want to see things move and go at a pace, there will be less pushing energy. I've known you since 2003 and I've got no idea if you meditate. If it's not your thing, start with 5 minutes. Sit still for more than 5 bloody minutes. Maybe that was a word that did it. If it's not your thing, play and ding. The word decompress comes to mind, not talking, thinking, or trying to make anything happen. So they then came back after they watched the replay recording and said, ooh, interesting. Of course, I'm rubbish at meditation with my million miles an hour mind, but I'm trying a new app that has been pretty good. I stepped away from it as I was away, but this is a good reminder that I need to go back. Thank you. And then, of course, I've added the picture of the cast. I could go on, but you could see it here. And somebody else says, Marilyn, you've done it again. Because I'd said, oh, yeah, I remember this one. The feather boa. There was an in-joke. They came to a workshop. They said, run away with the circus, a radical act. A radical act. What would it be for you that would be so much fun? Something, some activity you would never do. A different worldview. Oh, no, that's silly. I couldn't do that. Get out of your everyday situation. A new or different environment, maybe going away, something like that. Get out of your comfort zone and silo. Take time to pause and reflect, like we talked about with Think Tank Thursday, to notice what you notice, to pause, to reflect, to get those aha moments. They said when they watched the recording, Marilyn, you've done it again. Next month, unbeknownst to me, next month I am taking part in something I've always wanted to do, but for whatever reason, never have. And yes, it is abroad. Yes, I'm going alone. Yes, it will give me plenty of time for reflection. Yes, it will help me put things into perspective. And big yes, it will definitely take me out of my comfort zone. I had started to wonder if it was a good idea, but reading this seems to have confirmed that it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Marilyn. And I'm happy to give a testimonial and for you to use my words. Because I was saying to people, because what happens is that I do the video to myself, they watch it later, and then people comment in the comments. And so when I said, hey, I'm going to do this comparison blog, can I use your comments? And they said yes. I just said, look, I won't name you because, you know, some of the stuff we're talking about, you might. So that's it. The blog just goes through that particular Facebook Live and just tells you what happened. And it started with this one, the medical diagnosis, where I randomly said to someone, I don't know why, but I keep getting organic vegetables and a sense that if there is something wrong medically, you may want to get a second opinion. And they said, Marilyn, I wasn't there on the live because I went to see my doctor. I'm going to get a second opinion. And they said, for some reason on the way home, I just felt the urge to buy some organic vegetables. Like it says, you could not make this stuff up. But that's it. That's where it leads. Because I was thinking, right, is it something then that I'd attached to the post that did it? Again, you tell me, what do you think? Of all the things I've gone through here with the policies, the community policies, what do you think? What is it about this banned post here that set that off? Please let me know in the comments. If you're watching this on YouTube, then you know what to do. It's a similar thing, same with Facebook, but I'm going to post this here on LinkedIn as well, because I'd really love to hear some thoughts, because given that I have no idea what caused them to shut the account down, what happened is I was sitting at my desk and I got several messages from LinkedIn saying your account's been disabled, and I was thinking, these are like phishing. emails. And then I thought, no, somebody's probably tried to brute force their way into my LinkedIn account. And so LinkedIn have shut it down as a form of protection. So I was thinking, all I need to do is go click the link, re-verify, da 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 da. So I didn't click the link just in case it was a spoof email. I just went to my LinkedIn account and tried to log in, and I got the error message. Oh, this is weird. And then I got the message saying, your account's been disabled, da da da, but click here to appeal, get a review, which is what I did. And then about 5 minutes later, it came back saying your appeal and review has been denied. And that was that. And that was, I said, a year ago. So here we are today. And I've been LinkedIn-less for all of this time. So yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts on the offending post right here. And yeah, let's go. And so I'm now like, do I even want to really post anything on here? Because like clearly anything I say could be held against me and I won't know what the heck it is. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It is Marilyn Devonish back on LinkedIn. Let's see for how long. And people might be going, and as I said, I've showed you some of the posts that were there, and I can't see anything too crazy, too innocuous. I mean, that was free, but again, there was no sweepstake. You just had to click a link. Talking about preparing for online events. How to book on the free Calm and Confidence workshop. 3-minute technique if you have a body that is stiff, so a bit of free fascia release. A bit about photo reading. One of my clients who changed their career, they said, I changed paths practicing law thanks to photo reading. It gave me the confidence to read a lot of material in a short space of time and retain it. Those law exams are no joke. So again, those were just a few testimonials, one from a school where I taught photo reading, one from a teenage gamer, something else, or a few others in there. Again, let me just see, can we see what's in there? Don't think it's anything crazy. Oh yeah, that was from one of the clients who was here on LinkedIn, who was studying to be a chartered accountant but was really struggling, and photo reading just changed everything for her. So that's one of the attachments. This is Naomi Tamayama. Single mum, entrepreneur. She spent less than 1 hour reading 8 books in an hour. 8 books in an hour, compiled a piece of work. So that's her testimonial. This is from an 11-year-old that took my photo reading class about helping them be a better person. She is fully clothed. We can see her legs, but I don't think there's anything offensive there. And then this is the collage from people who have attended. So that's basically it. And then that's the one from the person where photo reading gave them the confidence to change paths. That was the teenage gamer. No, that was the father of 3 actually, because they came as a family. They flew in to attend, and they were saying all 5 of us very much enjoyed it. The kids feel super grateful for all they learned on photo reading, and they had a big heartfelt thanks. So yeah, and this was from Queen's Park School where I've taught the photo reading class, and they're just saying how incredible it is, and the talks that I've done for them and the other keynotes I've done. So yeah, there's never really anything innocuous going on in terms of where things lead. My block therapy anniversary, my God, I'm telling you, so love it. Amazing, changed my whole body. So yeah, I don't know. Woo, sports scar. That's quite cool actually. Photo reading, the Ferrari of speed reading. Right, I think you and I get the gist now. You can see it's kind of standard stuff. I don't think there's anything particularly outrageous going on here. Why some experienced coaches and therapists struggle with success and manifesting. Yeah, my app. Oh, it's free again, but again, there are no sweepstakes. It's just like, here it is. There you go. The online photo reading workshop if you don't want to do it in person. Look, so that's it. If you're sort of saying, Marilyn, let me see the kinds of things that you post, then these are the kinds of things that I post. Normally about my work, what I'm doing, bit of food for thought. That's it, my friends. So I shall leave it there. Marilyn Devonish, the NeuroSuccess coach, rapid transformation specialist, remote working specialist since 2003, and accelerated learning instructor from transformationstm.com. Over and out. And as I said, I would love to hear your thoughts, having done a breakdown, a deep dive into my posts on LinkedIn. Let me know your thoughts with regards to the shutdown. Thanks for watching. Thank you for listening. And I really look forward to hearing your comments. I will catch you all later, and maybe I'll even see you on LinkedIn if you're here and we're still connected.